Thanks, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Housing. AMP Chief Economist Dr Shane Oliver has noted, quote, the resurgence in underlying demand on the back of very high immigration, and that 400,000 arrivals this year equates to demand for an extra 200,000 dwellings. If the AMP could see the link between very high immigration and housing shortage, why didn't the government?
You've got to be kidding.
Order. Members on my right. I'm issuing a general warning to members on my right. There is far too much noise. Questions must be heard in silence. If this continues, people will be removed immediately. I want to make it clear, when someone's asking a question, you don't interject. Give the call to the Minister for Housing, Homelessness and Small Business.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I want to thank the member opposite for that important question. I mean, really, you come in here and you talk about migration when it was going to be higher under those opposite, Mr Speaker. It's going to be higher under those opposite. And indeed, Mr Speaker, they do very little about housing while they're in government, particularly when it comes to social and affordable housing, when they're now blocking the Housing Australia Future Fund bill in the Senate. The bill that would provide 30,000 additional social and affordable rental homes on top of all of the other things we're doing in our prodding housing agenda.
Order.
I would say
members
to the
on my left,
opposite,
the Manager of Opposition Business.
You come in here and you say we're not doing enough when it comes to migration. The former Leader of the Opposition said we're doing too little too late. The numbers were going to be higher under you, and now you're actually trying to block the housing we're trying to provide. I mean, seriously, that is what you are doing.
Order.
You are absolutely trying to stop what we are doing when it comes to more housing.
Order. The Minister will pause. The member for Spence will cease ejecting. I'll hear from the member for Wannon.
This goes to relevance. It was about the link between immigration being high and your lack of housing supply. And I'd like the Minister to go back to that point, please.
Order. I want to be able to hear the Minister to make sure she's being relevant to the question regarding immigration and the pressures on housing. I'm going to ask her to return to the question.
Speaker, I mean, the Housing Australia Future Fund, we're talking about additional housing here in Australia. We're talking about 30,000 social and affordable rental homes that we want to get on the ground as soon as possible, that you are saying no to. You voted no in this House. You're saying no in the Senate to it. I mean, seriously, we've got
the Leader of the Opposition. The Leader of the Opposition will cease ejecting. So will the member for Broome.
Fleeing family violence and older women at risk of homelessness.
Leader of the Opposition.
Some of that housing is for veterans who are at risk of homelessness. And you are saying no when we want to put more houses on the ground. After a decade of little action, we are trying to turn this around. We've invested $575 million immediately. We had the Housing Accord in our first budget. We've got a bill in the Senate that you're blocking.
The Leader of the Nationals.
We had more measures in the budget just 2 days ago for Build to Rent. Another additional $2 billion for Housing Australia to do more social and affordable housing. We continue to invest in housing. We've got homes on the ground today that you don't support, and we want to do more with the Housing Australia Future Fund. Instead, we've got you with the Greens forming this coalition of no homes. You don't want any homes on the ground when it comes to social and affordable housing. Seriously, you need to actually get your senators in the Senate to support this bill and allow us to bring on the debate and to have a vote. If you're serious about what's going on when it comes to housing, if you're serious about those Australians doing it tough, you would support the bill in the Senate.